Hey everyone, it's Betty Louise, or Coach Betty. I'm the host of Green Think Internet Radio, and you're about to hear an excerpt from one of my interviews. Please check out the full show at womenonair.biz. That's www.womenonair.biz. Hope you enjoy it.
Hello, everybody. I am back with Ilona Glinarsy, who was on the show last week. So welcome back to the show, Ilona.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm thrilled to be back.
Yeah, and she began to talk to us about how Argentine Tango, which she's an instructor down in Los Angeles, California, that the way she works with this dance is as a doorway to healing our relationships. And so those of you who have been listening to the show know exactly why I have invited Ilona to be a guest, because that's so what I want this show to be about. So, Ilona, how did you discover the healing powers of dance?
Well, there's nothing like living what you're talking about. I have gotten married at 20 and had a very difficult marriage for 13 years, and I put aside a lot of my creative endeavors and all kinds of desires to explore things for myself. I was very young, and so when, unfortunately, my marriage ended at the age of 33, I kind of had to face rediscovery and reinventing myself, So rather than sitting and being depressed, I decided to take some kind of classes, and I stumbled upon a dance class. And how sometimes you just don't, you're being led, but you don't really know where and why you're going. Well, apparently, I was led to dance for a reason. That was my doorway to healing. There were a lot of things that I had to heal. I just didn't know that dance will provide all of those things that I was looking for. Number one, I had lack of self-esteem. I was really lost. I had no idea. I couldn't remember what I had to offer other than being a wonderful housewife, which I didn't really value at that time. As a woman, as a person, as an individual, dance in general, because I started actually with salsa and mambo, believe it or not. It was a very happy, joyful, very life-affirming kind of rhythm-driven dance. And it really helped me rediscover my sensuality and my freedom, and taught me how to set my own boundaries with people and how to communicate with the opposite sex, or, just in general, just kind of reminded me of all the things I maybe used to know when I was a teenager, but forgotten while I was married.
Yeah, so the setting of boundaries, I love that.
Yeah.
Talk about that a little bit more. Like, I can imagine, with couples dancing, that you would need to sort of know your boundaries, but tell me about that.
Well, yes, know your own boundaries, and sometimes you really don't know them until you're faced with decisions and certain ways that people respond to you. For me, for example, I kind of discovered that I was, first of all, again, re-embracing my sensuality. You kind of, in salsa and mambo, you play. It's a very playful, very open dance. It's sensual, and it's really fun. And a lot of people who don't understand the boundaries, they will misinterpret your self-expression, and they will, of course, take it, to another level. And you really have to learn in dance, especially in partner dance, how to hold this boundary and be true to yourself and be playful and open in the dance, and yet know how to turn it on and off at your own will and say, oh, thank you so much for sharing this dance with me, and then embrace them, say thank you, and walk away, not feeling like the energy is lingering, so people don't misunderstand where you're going with it. It's really, truly for the joy of sharing and, just being playful and free.
I love that.
That was one of those things that I had to learn.
Yeah, I love that. Thank you so much for the dance. And then being able to just walk away and let the energy separate again to go on to your next partner or whatever.
Exactly. It's really important to be able to share with people, even just in real life, be really present and warm and caring and empathetic and look at each other's eyes and all of that, and yet know that that's not about anything else and have this really clean energy about that, So
it feels
something
like
that you learn on the dance floor a lot.
Yeah, it feels like a distinction between intimacy and sexuality.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. And of course, you can imagine that's also, things like that are a lot of times very confused with sexuality. And so as a dancer, as you become professional at it, you really learn how to harness the energy and not to take it to places where it doesn't need to go. And it's very healthy, very, very healthy.
Yeah, so tell us about your dance class. Like, what do you do to help people understand that they can open up these doorways to healing and set boundaries for themselves? Like, give us an example of how you lead a class.
Absolutely. I teach Argentine Tango, which is actually considered one of the most intimate and passionate dances.
If you like what you've heard and want to get more information about how to be green, sustainable, conscious, check out womenonair.biz. That's www.womenonair.biz. Stay tuned.